Welcome back to Briggs on Books. Boy, do I have the book for you to read next. Are you trying to pick your next book? Look at this one, Terror Identity. Oh, and by the way, I just happen to have the author here to tell us all about the book. Welcome, Sarah Maury Swan. Welcome, Sarah.
Thank you, Mike. Nice to see you again.
And this is your newest book, Terror's Identity. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, it is my newest, but it's also the first book that I did. I first published it back in 2016, when the Baltimore Orioles had a different group of players.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's one whole scene that comes into the book where the main character and his mother and sister are at an O's game. So in the background, I kept putting in about players. Adam Jones doesn't play baseball anymore. So I had to go back and rework that. And one of the bridges that's mentioned in the book doesn't exist anymore because a freight boat ran into it. So
you had to update the book a bit.
yeah.
And did it just get released, or was it a few months ago?
It's a couple of months ago that it came out, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, this is a young adult. What's the genre?
It's, I suppose you call it a thriller. It's about a boy who has to go into witness protection with his mother and his sister because his father works for the Secret Service and is investigating homegrown terrorists in this country. And the reason I originally wrote it, and the reason that I think that it's still relevant, is that there's still so much prejudice in this country, about people if you're not a so-called white Christian.
Right.
And you can go ahead and be a Christian. You can't help it whether you're white or black, but or in between. But you can't make it up that everybody else is bad.
Right.
They're not like you.
And you think this will appeal to mostly young boys or girls? Or I read young adult books all the time, by the way.
Good, good. Well, why don't I read you the first paragraph?
I'd like that.
You can get a feel for it. The boy has to change his name. That's part of going into witness protection. But his original name is Aiden. At 16, guys are supposed to be tough, right? But when Mom pounds up the stairs to our bedroom shouting, "Aiden, Maya, this is it. We're leaving now," tough is not what I feel.
That's great. Got a little excerpt there. By the way, I have your web address on the screen as well, sarahmauryswan.com. What would our viewers find there?
I show my books. I talk about my books. I put in. I haven't been very good about my blog, but I love writing my blog. But anyway, that's up there. And when I get a new blog, and then it automatically goes up there. And obviously, I like to have people, if they will email me back or use the link to send me a message about what they're up to and what they think of my stuff. That's lovely.
Yeah. Now the book is it set? I mean, I know you updated. Is it set in modern times or olden times?
No, it's set in modern times. As a matter of fact, it's the baseball players you'll hear about in this book are Gunnar Henderson and other top-notch players.
Yeah. And does it reflect, I mean, there's so much going on in the world today. Does it reflect anything that's happening now, accidentally or on purpose?
On purpose, but sort of subtly.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the things like, the main thing that bothers me is I believe that there is a supreme being. I think there's too much proof of there being that. But I don't believe in organized religion. I think that it's all just to take control of us, and I don't believe in that. So that is something that comes up in the book.
Yeah, that's pretty happening right now. A lot of people are struggling with that in real life as well. So see some real life in the book as well. So this kid, the protagonist, I guess, is what, 16, 15?
Yeah, he's 16.
Which is you're already struggling with a lot of things at that age.
Oh,
And is his father present, or are they separated?
his father, no, his father is on location fighting these terrorists. So he's not around, but it doesn't mean that the family is separated.
Right.
I mean, the mother has secret ways of talking to him, and in the scene where they go to the baseball game, he sneaks in and talks to them.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Now, you have a lot of baseball themes here. Is it set in Baltimore?
Yeah, it is. It's set in an area that's called Dundalk, which is where and Sparrow's Point, which is where the Bethlehem steel finally went belly up.
People from that area will probably recognize a lot of places in the book, I would imagine. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is fun. I love to read books where I know the area and little things pop up. I'm so crazy to know how it turns out. You better not tell us that. I don't want any spoilers. But what formats are the book in? Can you get it on Kindle?
It is on Kindle. It's also on Ingram Sparks, and it's on my website. And so there are lots of places. Oh, and if you happen to come to the charming little town of New Bern, we have an absolutely delightful independent bookseller.
Okay.
The name of the shop is Next Chapter Books and Art, and it's right down in. It's about 3 blocks from the. What's the word I'm looking for? The original palace. That's what it was called. That was the original home to Carolina government.
Hey. Now say the name of the
Tryon Palace.
Tell me the name of the town again.
New Bern.
New Bern, and that's North Carolina. And,
Yeah.
And you said that it's by the capital. What kind of capital? Historic capital?
Yeah, it was New Bern was the first capital. Before it was free from England, that was the first capital was there.
That's neat. I would love to go in a little town and a small bookshop like that and find your book, Sarah. We're kind of running out of time, but any last thoughts you want to share with our readers about the book, or anything in general in the world, if you like?
Well, we won't go into the general in the world.
Okay.
But my book, I think is relevant, and I think it's a good story, and I've had good feedback because, I mean, he's doing all the kids' things. When he first starts out, his voice still squeaks. He hasn't settled into his adult voice. And he's shy about meeting girls. He does discover that he's got more confidence than he thought he did, and he's a bright kid. And he discovers that he gets forced into doing wrestling, but he discovers he likes it. So that's fun. And that's one of the things that I had to do research on was what some of the takes on how you knock somebody down with wrestling moves. Yeah.
Well, I tell you, Sarah, the hardest group to get to read books is young men. And I think that this book particularly might appeal to young men.
I hope so.
Teenagers. So what I love to do is I like to give books away. I'm telling our viewers, Go to the Amazon, go wherever you buy books. Don't click one to buy this book. Click 5 times, order 5 of them, and give them away to some young men in your life and in your world. And you're always having to give Christmas gifts and birthday gifts and stuff like that. And I tell you, if you give someone this book in 5 years, they'll still have that book on their shelf. People don't throw away books, so that'd be a great gift. Thank you, Sarah. Thanks for
Nice to see you again.
And any book, anything you have going, please come back on the show. I'd love to have you on the show.
All right, and look forward to hearing from my niece, Elizabeth Costello.
Yeah, what's her name? I'm inviting her on the show right now.
Oh, good. Elizabeth Costello.
Elizabeth Costello, come on the show. Thank you, Sarah Maury Swan. By the way, the web address is right there on the screen, sarahmauryswan.com. There's her Instagram, Sarah the Right, W-R-I-T-E. It's on the screen. And stick around because we've got another author coming up right after this.
Thank you, Mike. Bye.